What if I told you your body fat was killing you? Yes, you heard me correctly. Your body fat is killing you. I'm going to tell you why it is hurting you. I'm going to tell you how it is hurting you. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what you can do to save yourself from your own body fat. Now, what is body fat? Well, if I eat protein, it becomes muscle, right? But if I eat carbohydrates and sugars, they're changed to glucose and then they are stored as body fat. And body fat is bad. In fact, if you look right here, this is a healthy heart. It should be pink and it should look healthy. And here is a diseased heart. On the right, you can see a damaged heart with lots of fat accumulated on it. And this fat is not good for the heart. It puts you at risk for diabetes, it puts you at risk for heart disease, and it puts you at risk for stroke. So if you want to die earlier, keep your body fat. But if you want to live longer and if you want to live healthier, then you need to get rid of it. And we're going to talk about how to do that at the end of the video. And on the left here is a healthy heart, and that is how a heart should work. And if you think, well, it's only affecting my heart, you are wrong. It also affects your liver. On the left is a healthy liver, and on the right is a fatty liver. Yes, fat, simple fat can destroy your liver. In fact, I've been a physician for over 20 years. I trained at the Mayo Clinic, and I have had many patients through the years that have had chronic liver disease from fatty liver. So if we want our heart to be healthy, right? If we want our liver to be healthy, then we need to get healthy. And in order to do that, we have to get rid of this body fat, especially the visceral body fat. And what is visceral body fat? Well, it's simple. It's the fat here in your abdomen. It's around your heart, it's around your kidneys, your liver, your intestines, your spleen, your pancreas. All of it is surrounded by fat. And this fat is not only there physically, but it interacts with our body in a bad way. In fact, excess fat cells can cause inflammation. They can cause issues with pain. They can cause us to build up plaques and garbage in our arteries, which can lead to heart attack and stroke. It causes insulin resistance, which means it puts us at risk for diabetes, and it causes cardiovascular disease. It also affects our hormones. Men can have elevated estrogen levels if they have too much body fat, and both men and women can be affected in a negative way from a hormonal perspective because of body fat. And folks, it should be fairly obvious that it also puts a strain on our musculoskeletal system, right? If I have 100 pounds too much on my body, that's going to affect my knees, my hips, my joints, my back, you name it. And another thing that body fat affects is the storage of toxic chemicals and other toxins. In fact, body fat is where a lot of the toxins and pesticides you're exposed to are stored. Microplastics can be stored in body fat. All types of things can be in body fat. And that is why you want to get rid of it, folks. And how do you get rid of it? Well, it's simple, right? It's really simple. You have to go on an Atkins style diet, a high protein, low carbohydrate diet, and you have to be diligent and stick with that for probably up to 6 months. Because if you eat protein, your muscles will be happy. But if you're not eating carbs and sugars, and your body's not getting an adequate energy source from your carb intake, your body will burn this body fat as a source of energy. And that's called lipolysis. That's called ketosis. And that's a topic for another day. In fact, if you've missed my other videos on this, you can check them out. But it's simple, folks. If you want to burn that body fat, you got to utilize it for energy. And the only way to do that is to not eat carbs, right? To not eat garbage. So that's how you get rid of that body fat, folks. And if you don't want to do it without the assistance of a doctor, you can always see a physician and get on a GLP-1 agonist like Wegovy or Ozempic or Mounjaro. The generic names for those are semaglutide and tirzepatide. But body fat is your enemy, folks. Don't forget that. You got to get it off of your body if you want to live longer and if you want to live a healthier life. So that's it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for listening. Bye.